can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
All right, everybody. I am super excited about this week because I have the most amazing game. Check this out. I have Foundations of Rome. This thing is huge. I don't even know if you can see all
Hey
of it.
Al, how we doing?
Great. We're going to play Foundations of Rome.
What on earth even is that? Is that a house
It's
you're
a-
holding?
It is a giant cube of game.
That's
It
massive.
is so heavy. I almost threw my back out just bringing it in off the porch.
Wow. So, hi Grandma. I got some bad news, Al.
Hmm.
It's not that show.
You mean I'm going to have to put this back down again?
Yeah, just a
This
little
thing
bit.
is huge and
And
it's heavy.
I know. I'm sorry, but it's gonna have to go down. Sorry about that. I am, as they say, the worst. Yeah, as always. But welcome everyone to Schweddy Balls. No one can resist my balls. It's season 9, episode 2, and we're here to go round through see what's happening on this round, Al. It's been a hot minute. It's been like a week and a half, hasn't it?
Yeah, well, let's see. I was at Origins, but I came back, and then you went to a convention and came back. Well, I didn't so much go to a convention as you just held a convention.
Yeah, that's right. We had CoverCon, which is kind of the local nerdy convention we have in the Comox Valley. So pretty small, but we had a fun weekend. We had a good turnout. I saw Yarboa again and met Super Grandma for the first time, which was a delight.
Ooh.
Yarboa three-peated the Star Realms tournament, kindly prize sponsored by Wise Wizard Games. So thanks to them. She is literally unstoppable, Al. When she gets into the car. I mean, she's good in digital, but you get her in
Yeah.
paper and she's an absolute beast.
Is it because you think she cheats? Does she stack her deck?
I mean, she smiles and plays nice, but she always seems to have
That's
those
how
early
they get you.
hands. So, you know.
I was going to say, they smile, they play. I bet she, like, doesn't want to cut your cards, so then you feel bad wanting to cut hers, and that's how she gets.
It was actually really funny because I said we'd do like a Swiss, and because I couldn't actually pay a huge amount of attention to the tournament because I was kind of buzzing around doing other things in the weekend. So I let Devon run the tournament for me, and it was just a straight Swiss round robin thing. 8 players. She went 3-0, and I kind of came down at the end of that, and there was a guy. He's a Magic player as well, and he'd gone 2-1. My buddy Neil had gone 2-1, and then Devon and her partner Josh had also, like, Devon had gone 3-0 and Josh had gone 2-1. So there was a clear top 4 split. And so Devon was like, well, like, we could do a top 4 if anyone wanted to. And I kind of clarified. I was like, but Devon, you went 3-0, right? Like, and she was like, well, kind of, you know. So anyway, the only player that wanted to keep going if they had a chance to win was the Magic player. So into the top 4 they went. Devon beat Josh, and my buddy Neil trounced the Magic player, only to turn around to Devon and say, "Well, look, you already beat me. Like, there should never have been a top 4. Like, I concede." Because she had the 3-0 in Swiss, right? So it was hers anyway. But it was very, very funny. But it was good. We had lots of, what did we have lots of? We had a missions table. We had some mostly vanilla with frontiers and assault, command, and United Heroes, and I think one table had heroes. So yeah, it was a bit varied, but the goal is to get obviously more sets. We left out commanders because it felt like the newer players to Star Realms or the players who didn't play much might be at a bit of a disadvantage there. So But no, it was great. It was really good. We had good fun. We've got enough cash to do it again next year, which is always good. I know Al was looking after. Let me just try and really ham this up. Al was trying to buy this shirt.
Yeah, I want that shirt.
Hang on. Where's my X split? Where's my X split? Because you can't see it while I'm doing this. Oh, it's gone. Hang on. Let me bring it up because there's an artist that makes this the logo for us. Let me just go original. There we go. Right. So we did a competition for what our logo should be because we have a lovely glacier in the Comox Valley, and it's basically like it's a great tableau for a big monster, right? So we had a competition a couple of years back. Obviously, COVID, we couldn't run anything. So we had an entry for a Wendigo and an entry for an alien, and we were like, well, we like both of these ideas. Why don't we just have them fight each other? I might even have been the artist Nevin Arnold, who runs Monsterella. If you've ever heard of Monsterella comics, then go check them out. He's really cool, lovely guy, and he drew this fantastic logo for us, and we put it on shirts. So Al really wants to get a piece of this. And I have to say, the Xenomorph looks wicked cool in pink.
Yeah. It was my birthday this week. It was my birthday during COVID. It literally has my birthday on the shirt.
It does.
I want the shirt. And you're like, nope, sorry. We're holding the convention. You can't come and you can't have the shirt.
You can't come and you can't have
Happy
the shirt.
birthday, SilentAl.
Well, maybe, we'll see what we can do. Maybe something might wing its way to you for Christmas, Al. We never know.
All right.
But yeah, we're gonna do more on that next year for sure. Anyway, enough about my convention and all that shenanigans. We should probably talk about Dodgeball.
I guess. Because I'm not picking up Foundations of Rome again. That thing's too heavy.
No, you would literally put your back out if you tried that. Nice to see JL in the chat.
Yeah.
And Cranky and Mcolo.
It's nice to see him showing up to roast me about his win at Origins again.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm not bitter or sad about that at all.
He's merciless, but also quite funny. So I'll probably let him off there. All right, yes, we've got to interact with this to be able to do anything with it. 2 seconds while we actually do the thing. So going into round 2, we had everyone who won their first match. So that was Catch in a Box, Dodger Trebek, Motivational Catchers, Dodgemeisters making dodges, and the Dodgy S Pumpkins, all off to a good start, whilst More Cowballs, Chippin' Balls, Wild and Crazy Throws, Debbie Dodgers, and a Catch at the Roxbury all losing their first match. So that's how the table looked as we went into round 2. But wait, it's tea time, Al.
Yay, tea time!
It's my favorite time, and I know it's yours. So we have some tea this time round. We're gonna just gently whip through it. A lot of it is from one chat. It may or may not be Catch at the Roxbury. I can neither confirm nor deny what was going on. But a few quotes, Al, and we're gonna come back to a kind of almost a continuing thread throughout the week. So a 50-year-old colleague just asked me what, I'm not sure I can read this out loud on air, Al. It may or may not involve a clenched hand, though. So that then posed someone else in the chat to say that reminded them of the time a colleague described something to clients as being a bit of a circle jerk without completely understanding the meaning of said phrase.
Oops.
Did you tell her to Google it? No, I told her specifically not to. They then moved on to, do you guys have OnlyFans? Which is quite a startling question to pose in the middle of a dodgeball game, but there you go. And then we come back to this continuing conversation. How did you explain it without using your hands? I'm not convinced that I didn't. These may or may not be verbatim, Al. Another topic of conversation came up is when I think of Lucy's username, I always think of upperdeckers. Holy crap, how does something like that have a name? How are you meant to brag about it if it doesn't have a name? So please don't go out and Google upperdeckers, and specifically don't look in the Urban Dictionary for it. Did you have to explain a pink sock to your colleagues today? I don't even know what that. Oh, and again, don't 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 Google that. And then finally, in that chat, after the middle-aged white guy team of last season, I still find myself unprepared for the contents of this team chat. It's kind of hilarious. Last season, 4 out of the 7 are still here. It was only a middle-aged white guy with kids. I would have expected with the additional diversity this time, it would be less filthy. And then they all agreed it was the rookie's fault.
It usually is. That's what they're there
for. So that was a catch at the Roxbury, enjoying their second round by just basically going pure filth. A different team, our captain is so tech savvy, they intended to post a sassy GIF, but then instead of posting the GIF, they posted a still of the GIF, then tried to correct the mistake by posting the still image again, which was quite good. It would appear that a teammate of my very own's hobby is to, and I misquote, whack off nerds in a field until my captain comes back. Oh my. A teammate, Al, has their partner listed as Michael Keaton in their phone, which I think is amazing. Literally Batman telling you what to do.
Is it Batman, or is it Birdman, or is it because they're a vulture?
Yeah, it could be, and to be fair, it could even be Beetlejuice. It could be so many different things.
So many. He's such a great actor.
So versatile. And then Poop Deck apparently made a game attempt to try and steal Thestral with an early season. You were meant to be on my team, kind of gambit, which then backfired when one of my teammates asked exactly who would not have been on the team if Thestral had in fact made the team. I did point out to that teammate that it obviously wouldn't have been me. But then just today, we were discussing who to pass the ball to, and the captain suggested literally every other player on our team except me to pass the ball to, even though I'm not benched. So, I don't know. But there's some tea from last week and kind of sneaking into round 3. I do have some fantastic round 3 tea, though, Al, queued up for next time. It's really good. Oh, it's really good.
Okay.
You're going to love it. You're going to absolutely love it. So, on to Court 1. And let me just let this dog out because she is panting like Billy-O. I did actually, the animals have been completely done today. I did post several pictures of my cat who's just, she's basically given up the will to live and has decided that immobility is the way forward today. There's absolutely no way she's doing anything productive at all that might possibly involve movement, because that's really bad. I've just realized...
I can't say I disagree with your cat.
Oh, sorry, what was that?
I said I can't say I disagree with your cat.
No,
Moving is hard.
I think the cat might have the right idea there. Now, I just need to bring up the L chart for game 1, because I realized that as my computer kicked me out before we went live, I didn't bring those things back up. So if you can gamely pad for me while I do that, Al, that would be great.
All right. Let's see. I can just sit here and try and think of other Michael Keaton movies. Let's see. He was in Multiplicity. He was Mr. Mom. Ooh, Mr. Mom. That's a classic.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
It's all good. I have the game up now, so
okay, good.
We are saved.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah. I mean, that's an absolute classic, right?
Yeah.
So this one obviously involves more cowbells. My team versus Dodge Meister making dodges. Now this was I was obviously tied up pretty much all weekend at CoverCon, so I pretty much had no idea what was going on in this game. I kind of played no part in it apart from getting beat up by C-Bus twice, and very slowly, which was on me. We start the game though with more cowballs getting 4 of the 7 race balls. Starmark stealing what I would have rightfully decided was my ball, but not Starmark. That's this week. I can't remember who got my ball. It was probably C-Bus. I don't know. Who cares? But it starts pretty well for the Cowballers as M. Colo goes straight for the throat and takes out Simply Steph, who declared that there were entirely too many hearts at her elimination. Sturrock takes out Kamas, and then Poopdeck eliminates Dion Lunsford. There was oh, that's right. Sturrock caught. No, we're not there yet. That's fine. I've got my color notes, and I've got the L chart. And whereas before I would do it all in one big list, now I've got to jump between the two, and it's apparently not working for me, Al. So anyway, we're 3 up in the space of 3 balls. So I don't know if you're good at maths, but that's some pretty good numbers.
I don't know. I'm busy on IMDb looking up Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. So then Rolling Palm misses M. Colo before Seabus takes my head off for the first time. And Sturrock catches Compton with, apparently, according to the chat, his knee. I'm not sure whether Compton was trying to go for a dodgy, like, old LARPing guy's knee or what he thought was gonna work there. But Sturrock absolutely caught him. Reviving, and clearly a bad decision, reviving me. I'm not quite sure why he would do that, but he did. Bork then caught M. Colo to bring back Simply Steph before Roland Parr eliminated M. Colo, and then Sturrock eliminated Compton, throwing back at him and taking his head clean off. Seabus takes out Poopdeck, and these are all subsequent balls. Like, this is all just death, carnage, death, carnage. Sturrock, having taken out Compton P, Seabus took out Poopdeck. Tat caught Roland Parr, eliminating him before Sturrock re-eliminates Simply Steph, and Bork eliminates Sturrock. So it's just death flying everywhere. The bench is being filled up at a mighty rate. I might add that Sturrock in catching Compton P racked up a 97 differential, which was really quite a big one. And then we have a game between Bork and CJK, and kind of, we were chatting about the game as it was ongoing. I was like, okay, how's it going? Looks like it's not going so well. Okay, well, make sure you get your ball out. So CJK goes to post. He takes his turn, and he goes to make his Facebook post. And as he makes his Facebook post, he sees the kind of game over. Like, game with Bork and Beans is over. So he posts his thing. He says, yeah, I got my ball away. It's all good. Anyway, we go back to the thread. Bork's in ahead of him on the Facebook. So then, as usual, all hell ensues as it goes up to the commissioners. Like, well, technically, these are both posted at the same time. What do we do? Facebook is king. You know, long and the short of it is that question goes to Captain Seabus about, you know, what are we going to do here? Feels like there was a race to the thread. And Seabus says, you know what, let the ball stand. So I want to, at this point, give huge props to Captain Seabus, setting a really, really amazing example for how, in my opinion only, I'm not the commissioner, but how dodgeball should be played, which is spirit of fair play, shouldn't be rushing to the thread. Like, he said they were fine with the throw standing, because the timestamp was exactly the same, right? Which,
right.
And note to rookies, if you think you're going to get caught, or you're in danger of getting caught or hit or whatever, and you've got a ball you want to throw, before you hit end turn, get that ball away, because it saves all this nonsense, right?
Exactly. It was something we, I think, emphasized last season, but this time it happened with a rookie who maybe wasn't watching last season. So we're just going to remind people again this season, if there's any doubt, if you think you're going to get hit at all, post first, then hit end turn. And I know the sort of mindset is you're trying to be, you know, there's that whole sort of emphasis in dodgeball to play in a timely manner. And so you want to hit end turn and then you go to post. In this case, if you're afraid you're going to get hit, you post first, then finish your turn. But at the same time, we all believe, at least in dodgeball, in sort of fair play, good sportsmanship, not racing to the thread for a sort of like gotcha hit, to sort of let your opponent post and then you post, not like racing to the thread to get there first.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean personally, and I'm not suggesting anyone else do this, but personally, in the past I've messaged people and said, hey, you've got a ball, I'm about to hit you, do you want to do anything with it? And if they say no, it's fine, I'm like, cool, no problem. And if they don't, then it's like, oh, then I can get the throwaway or whatever. So, but 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I'm not telling you what you should do. I'm just suggesting that fair play is really valuable, and I really want to applaud Sebas again for doing what I consider to be a very good thing there.
Yeah, great captain, really sort of living up to sort of ideals of what we want Dodgeball to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So Bork eliminates CJK, and then CJK eliminates Bork with the return ball. So whilst the immediate reflex action might be that was a mistake, I think your takeaway here should not be that. It should be like Sebas did the best thing possible there. Anyway, Bork then with his zombie ball eliminates Tatiana. Fire Driller misses Rolling Paw. Sebas dodges Fire Driller's ball because he'd thrown at him as well. Tats eliminates Sebas. Sebas eliminates me again. And then Sebas eliminates Fire Driller. And then there's one ball left in the air. And it's from Sebas to Fire Driller. And Fire Driller catches it, reviving Mkolo and tying up that match. Now, just a couple things before you get to any of the MVP stats, Al. I just want to talk about this match because Sturrock kind of in the post game kind of chat in the thread, he was like, "Wow, that game was brutal," and has there been another game like it? And kind of Cranky stepped in and said, I think the way he worded it was, "Adam Holbrook, has there been a more brutal game? What are the stats on this?" And then he answered himself. So it's the game with the highest lethality in all of the Dodgeball seasons. 86% of balls resulted in an elimination. 86%. It's got the highest hit ratio in any Dodgeball game. 68% of balls thrown were hits. And it's got the highest catch ratio of any Dodgeball game. 80% of catches that could be caught were caught.
That's ridiculous.
It's absolutely bonkers.
Oh, now we're adding an asterisk in the 7-player era.
Oh, sorry, in the 7-player era. So that's what, season 3 onwards, I think, maybe, or season 4? Trying to think. Mkolo during day games, when there was a ball boy, and all the other caveats. But anyway, super dangerous game, like death everywhere, and just a really hard fought, well contested game. So, like Dodgemeisters were great. There was a lot of hits. Al, where do you feel the MVP sits here?
I am gonna go with Sturrock.
Okay, that sounds right from my mind. Yeah,
83% win percentage. He got 2 hits. He got a catch. I mean, he was probably the most lethal player in the most lethal game in the 7-player era.
Yeah, he was utterly without mercy. And Sturrock honestly has just kept getting better and better. Like, I don't want to blow too much smoke up his ass, but he's been real good, and a jolly nice chap to have in chat as well. So can thoroughly recommend him as a teammate in future. On to Court 2 then, and this is motivational catchers against a catch at the Roxbury. So this was your team, Al, was it?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. So before apparently any of the race balls have been won, Brent allegedly catches JP Runs Funny. But Al, I believe an inquiry revealed that it was actually JD Dunsany in a JP suit and a big duffel bag full of cash found.
Hold on. did Sarah T has shown up to our stream, and I'm pretty sure she's here just to heckle me because at one point she talked.
Sarah T straight in chat with Go Team Guess Who Caught Al.
So,
Spoilers.
good thing we haven't gotten to the MVP yet because I need to make an edit.
Hashtag anyone but Sarah T.
Yeah.
So, oh, sorry, 2 seconds. There's a doggo that needs to come back in because obviously too much time outside is bad. So the game starts, Al, and you were the only player on your team to win a race ball, if I remember this correctly.
Yeah, that always bodes well for a team.
Doesn't it just? Whilst Brent, the player who allegedly got out JP, was the only player on his team not to win the race ball. So leading by example there. Well done, Brent.
It's sort of a given.
However, Al, whilst you won your race ball, and whilst Thestral was busy eliminating Patriarch, you were busy losing your ball to Kirsty, weren't you? To Serafina.
Yes.
So, not only
I wanted to be like in solidarity with the rest of my team.
So not only were you the only player on your team to win a ball, you just threw it away straight away. Immediately. Got rid of that. Don't want it. It's extra baggage. Rubbish. Well, so Thestral takes out Patriarch immediately. There's a bit of back and forth before a Nautical Stew catches and eliminates Imam because I think in his terms there's nothing else to do. Like there's no one else dead. So
yeah,
that's what
because we hadn't eliminated anyone.
You hadn't eliminated anyone. So Serafina, having taken your ball off you, immediately takes it and eliminates Riska. Good job, Al. Although in your defense, you do catch Nautical Stew and revive Patriarch immediately.
Yeah.
And then Agent Sato catches Thestral and revives Imam. So we're just kind of down. It's just down a body. And we move into one Carlos going for Markbot 3000, trying to take him out. Misses at the first chunk, but gets him on the second. While Sarah T eliminates Clever Missy, you take out Sir Thestral. And Serafina and Patriarch have this amazing, there's balls flying between them, but there's an amazing cat pick war going on as well, Al. I don't know if you caught this one. It was great. So Serafina has a Bengal cat, which is a beautiful cat, very cute. Patriarch, however, has 3 cats, maybe 4, might be a crazy cat dad, not certain. However, the bit of this that I think is newsworthy is not that he has more cats than Serafina, it's that he's such a cat dad, he posted a picture of his cat in a box lid to the game Isle of Cats. That's like all of the cat...
Which... It's amazing because if you have that game and you open the box lid, there is a bullseye target for your cat to sit in.
Yeah, it's right on brand. Loved it. It was so funny. Anyway, Serafina misses Patriarch at the first attempt. Nautical Stew dodges Agent Sato. Patriarch dodges Serafina again before one Carlos takes about 4 bites at the apple before finally eliminating Imam 69. I mean, she did fairly well there, Al. She avoided his attentions for 3 balls, but the 4th one, just an 81 differential. It was apparently too much for her. Nautical Stew missing and then hitting Agent Sato before you take out Osmosis Brent, and one Carlos is then gunning for you. So he misses you with the first one, you dodge him with the second. Patriarch is still trying to get Serafina under wraps. And finally does so after about, I think, the 4th or 5th ball between them. They're just playing cat. The ball, at this point, the ball's got to be a ball of yarn, and the cat's batting it between them. But Patriarch finally gets rid of Serafina. Serafina's zombie ball can't take Patriarch out. Cranky day, the commissioner steps in and takes out Cat Dad before one Carlos catches Patriarch, reviving Sir Thestral. Sarah T catches and eliminates SilentAl.
Boo!
Before Nautical Stew dodges your return throw, but I mean, essentially, Al, that was That was just for breakers because you were the last man standing, and that was
Yeah.
the last pin in the in the game, and it just all fell down. A fairly, I mean, looking at the game, it looks like a fairly one-way traffic, really. Like there was a couple of revives, you got yourselves kind of back into it on almost level terms, but it seemed like a
Oh
bit of
yeah,
a
no, we
beating.
were railroaded from the races.
Yeah,
It was not a pretty game.
yeah. How about the MVP there, Al? I'm presuming not Sarah T, right?
Not Sarah T.
Not Sarah T.
I'm gonna give it to let's give it to Juan Carlos instead, because he won his race ball, which is totally different than any of his other teammates. Got 2 hits and a catch, and he had a 90% win percentage.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good there. So good job on Carlos. And Colo votes Sarah T. Of course you do. Sarah T. All said. Well, stick around, Sarah T. You never know. Something, there's more games.
Yeah, something else might show up for you later.
Maybe you'll catch Al again in another game. So that was court 2. On to court 3. We've got Dodgeball Trebek versus Wild and Crazy Throws. And this one, Al, is a bit of a humdinger, if I remember rightly. This is Ass Clown and Guianos. Oh, that's right. This began this game. Acox 89. I mean, known for his fairly even temper, Acox. He's a pretty well-mannered individual. Just launches his phone straight into the wall from the race ball. I'm not quite sure what happened, but Guianos really clowned him quite hard. And it didn't go well for Acox. He was very unhappy at the final turn of Guianos. I don't know what he did to take the ball, but it was, I think, a damage victory. And it's 4 balls to 3 in favor of the Wild and Crazies. However, Ninjanin gets out the gates faster than anyone, taking out Cisco Alvarez before missing Acox 89 twice. Super Grandma can't take out the Bagsman, but Lady Stacy 17 fancies herself a bit of a donut muncher and eliminates Chasmo before Zim dodges Drew the Rat, Bahamut dodges Agent D13, Zim dodges Bahamut 619, and then Bahamut 619 catches Zim on the return throw, reviving Cisco Alvarez, and then goes on to eliminate Stone Cold substitute killer Drew the Rat. I think keen to not have that happen from the previous season. I think in Super Grandma's, she threw again at Baggio. She tried to actually reason with him to stand still, at which point he posted his Humanverse games against her and said there was no way in hell with a 20% win percentage he was ever going to stand still in front of Super Grandma. So he kept on shuffling. Now, PC Load Letter catches Guianos at this point. And Al, he really laid it on thick. I think this is a direct quote. He had enough of his opposing captain and his weak ass shiz, catching and eliminating Guianos, much to his chagrin. Sorry, no, he didn't. He didn't eliminate Guianos. He revived Chasmo. I guess hoping he could farm Guianos for more bounties later. Bagsman dodges Super Grandma's second attempt, but Super Grandma catches Agency 13 reviving Drew the Rat before Cox 89 goes on to eliminate Lady Stacy. Lady Stacy eliminates Ass Clown. Ass Clown eliminates Baggio, and Cisco Alvarez eliminates Agency 13 in a 4-ball flurry that just sees people falling down like pins. So we've got a bit of 2 and 4 between Bahamut and Zim and Baggio and Drew the Rat before Acox eliminates Zim, and Guianos takes a couple bites at the cherry at Chasmo before finally getting his donut, and Cisco Alvarez follows that up with an elimination of Ninjanin. Acox not done as he takes out Guianos, who in turn takes out Bahamut, and then Cisco Alvarez catches Penguin Army, eliminating him, and Penguin Army eliminates Drew the Rat, and it's all over. And whew, that was quite the game. It's a pretty close one, but it's the Dodge It Trebekahs who came up trumps there, thanks to I think 3 mid-game revives, which is really clutch.
Yeah.
How do you feel the players did in that one, Al, in terms of the most versatile?
I was gonna say it was pretty even all around. I mean, you look at all the performances, and both teams were pretty even and well balanced.
Yeah.
So, I'm picking an MVP though. I'm gonna go with Acox.
Okay. Yeah.
He had 3 hits. I mean,
good.
it's tough to argue that. He had 3 hits on I think 3 throws. He was 100% on offense.
That's bonkers.
So that's got to give it to him. Like I said, it was real balanced. There were a lot of players who put in good work. I mean, Cisco Alvarez did well. Even on the other team, Lady Stacy 7. You know, there were a lot of even performances. Super Grandma did well. PC Low Letter, but I mean, 3 hits is 3 hits on 3 throws. That's MVP to me.
I can't argue with that at all. So congrats, Acox 89, and court 4. Court 4. Chip and Balls.
This one, I feel like everybody got a few notifications about Court 4.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Court 4 was quite high in everybody's radar as Chip and Balls took on Debbie Dodgers. Now, again, pretty close races. Although Andrew Clark began the whole game by getting the wrong opponent. And JL suggested that phones work a bit differently down under, maybe perhaps like toilets, and they just go the other way, which I thought was
go the other way.
Yeah, just circling the pan the other way around. But JL then, before the races are even done, this is how salty would you be, Al, if on your first turn the second turn of the game, you bought Incinerator. It's in your missions, like, you need that base. Yeah. You bought Incinerator, and then by the next turn you get, not only has your opponent bought a simulator, but they've played it and stolen your Incinerator. Because that's what JL did to Starmark.
That is horrible.
It's just disgusting. I think he bought the cola. What's the 3 cost that lets you top for an ally? Is it Coalition Yacht or something like that? Or
has anyone checked JL's app? Because he
used to work for Wise Wizard, right?
Wise Wizard, he was sort of the app guy. I'm pretty sure at one point he flipped a switch on my app to make me double whiff all the time. I'm pretty sure that's how we named the double whiff SilentAl, is because of him. Have we checked his app to make sure he doesn't have some sort of special admin where he can do whatever he wants?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like if there's anyone listening who might be able to just ping Darwin or Rob, maybe even Debbie, and just get them to do a health check on JL's app, just to see if there's any curious version numbers he's got going on there. That might be any kind of developer kind of version that he's got going on. I think he's been doing very well in WWBC as well, Al. So your claim may not be without foundation.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like I just played him recently with the paper cards and he played real well in that. So obviously isn't his skill level.
Obviously, he must be cheating. His skill level, he must be cheating. Yeah, 100%. So anyway, with that gratuitous and outrageous claims made, we'll move swiftly on. It was a pretty close in the race. It was 4-3. Chip and Balls coming away with a slight race advantage. But Al, I think we might have caught this anyway. But Thestral did effectively shop herself, saying that, I bet Al is going to have something to say when I throw back at my race partner. So, Al, how do we
Yeah.
feel about that? Lame
I
or super lame?
I'm gonna go with incredibly lame.
Incredibly lame. No, JL,
Yeah.
you can't
Now
censor
there
Al.
are a few exceptions when you're allowed to do that. Um, like if it's because we love captain on captain violence. So if it's like
Absolutely. Yeah,
two captains
100%.
in race who then throw back at each other, that I'll allow that. But for the most part, don't throw back at your race partner. It's just lame.
Yeah, find someone else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's you have a whole team to choose from.
A whole team. Anyway, Royal Lance getting straight into the action, missing Tuna Slap. And then JL. So not only did he horribly jip Starmark out of his race ball, he then eliminated him immediately as well with a 70-0 differential.
That'll teach that rookie to ever think about playing dodgeball again.
Oh, well, they're both rookies, right? JL and Star.
That's true.
Starmark, both rookies. So Starmark just having a torrid time in this game. And then Captain Darth Kronos of the Chippenballs falling to... Now, I don't know if, it looks like Slavic just made the result up here, because it says 123-0, but I'm not sure that he didn't just go 1, 2, 3, enter. But anyway, that's a big hit. So Slavic responding to JL's elimination of Starmark, asking his opposing captain to sit down very politely and very forcefully. Jonathan avoids Slavic's attentions by 1 point, and then fails to hit him by 1 point before Tuna Slap catches Royal Lance and revives Starmark to get him back on the table. Marauder Mo can't keep his feet still for JL to hit him, and then Darklighter takes out Treadwell, who then has a lot of time on his hands for the rest of the game. Now, I believe there was some poetry going on from Treadwell at some point, but that wasn't his quote-unquote finest work during this game, Al. We might come to that later.
Yeah.
Now, Starmark, the readily revived Starmark dodges Darklighter's throw before Slavic, catching Jonathan, revives Treadwell, so he's back off the bench and maybe a bit more occupied than he could have been. Thestral, catching Royal Lance, eliminates him. Royal Lance, good player, but possibly experiencing that kind of that phenomenon we see in Dodgeball now, which is kind of like good players coming in on the rookie season, just having a really hard time adjusting. In his defense, he's also fielding balls like a champion to captains and top players, like top pick round players. So he's not afraid to get stuck in on the scarier players in the game. So
right.
I think kudos to him there. But unfortunately, having a sit down here. Now Slavic then JL catches Starmark, reviving Darth Kronos before Slavic scalps JL. Marauder Mo takes out Vorazori. Slavic eliminates Darklighter, and then Marauder Mo takes out Darth Kronos. And at this point, I think it's only Jonathan and Diesel are left. Well, Treadwell dodges JL's throw, his zombie ball, before Slavic catches and eliminates Jonathan. And it's Diesel all by himself against basically the whole of the opposition. So we've got one chip and ball against 7 Debbie Dodgers, and I think Al, this is where kind of everybody got involved in this game, didn't they?
Yeah.
Just walk us through what happened.
The thing is, I started getting notifications of people posting memes in the Dodgeball group, and saw that there was some heckling going on and some shit posting as Treadwell was posting memes about how slow the chip and balls play. Or not even play, but just take turns.
And I I think really at this stage he's not talking about the team, is he? But anyway.
No, he was being polite in that he was just calling out the whole team instead of one or two specific players. So we had to check some timestamps to see how long they were taking to take their resolve games, and we're like, we'll let the memes stand for a while.
I mean, long story short, because we don't want to take as long in the telling of this story as the story itself was.
Yeah.
I think Diesel's avoided about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He avoided about 8 throws before finally succumbing to a catch, actually, from Marauder Mo. So, like, the boy did well.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm certainly not going to criticize anyone for playing slowly during this time period because I was absolutely rammed. So,
right.
It can happen. Life can get in the way. But,
right.
Yeah.
We understand life can get in the way. However, if it does become like a pattern of life getting in the way every week,
for sure.
You know, there are plenty of people that wanted to play dodgeball this season that couldn't. You know, maybe next season, if it gets to be too much, you step aside. With that said, you know, a little shit talk, a little heckling is fine if it's, you know, in good fun and doesn't cross any lines. However, maybe in the future you restrict it to your thread instead of making fresh posts for everyone to get notifications about.
Within the space of about 5 minutes, I think, wasn't it? But
yeah.
But anyway, MVP for this game, Al.
MVP. I think we're giving it to Slavic. He won his race. He got 3 hits and 2 catches with a 60% win percentage. That's pretty gross.
That's pretty good. Doesn't matter which way you cut it, right?
Right.
And then that leaves the final game of this round. It's a catch in a box versus Dodgy S Pumpkins. And this is this one. So, I mean, Dodgy S Pumpkins, they defeated us in the first round. Who did Catch in a Box beat in round 1, Al? It's not important. I just if it was on the tip of your tongue, we could get there. But the game begins with. Did I even get to these notes? I didn't get to these notes. I ran out of time. It's fine.
Honestly, there's only. I mean, there's the storyline for this game begins and ends with wheels.
It's fairly linear, yeah. So, no spoilers about the MVP at all, but
no.
So. Catch in a Box, they take 3 of the race balls ahead of the Dodgy Pumpkins grab the 4. So, bit of a nose in front here. But then Jester gets things going with Darth Binkley. Binkley throwing at Jester. She dodges. And then Wheels takes out Binks. So, Wet Yeti takes out Binks. Sees his head above the parapet, whips him out. Jace Ascended, who on any other week, Al... would have been an MVP contender. He had a really good game.
Yes, he did.
If you look at the stats, the boy did really well. So he missed Rip, but then takes him out on the second time. Yeti takes out DG3. Wheels eliminates MTG MTG in real life. I'm slipping up there. Yarboa eliminates Wet Yeti. Cyberduck misses Dusto before Wheels eliminates Jester. Wheels dodges Jester's zombie ball. Cyberduck going back at Dusto, can't take him out. Wheels dodges the throw from Corey Bear before Deanna B dodges Bad Wolf, and Dusto catches Cyberduck reviving Binks. Jace Ascended dodges Yarb's throw before taking out Deanna B. Wheels misses Cyberduck, but then eliminates Bad Wolf and Cyberduck, bagging the husband and wife combo 1-2, takes them both out. Dusto and Corey Bear avoid their respective balls from Corey Bear and Dusto before Wheels eliminates Corey Bear, dodges Corey Bear's zombie ball. Binks misses Jace Ascended, who then goes on to catch Wheels and revive MTG in real life, having had several balls thrown at him from Binks and Yarbs, and he kind of avoids all of those. MTG eliminates Dusto before Wheels takes out Jace Ascended, and then it's just an absolute like race to the end. MTG eliminates Binks. Wheels catches and eliminates MTG to wrap up the match. And if you weren't counting, that was 6 eliminations, 6 hits from Wheels.
He got more hits than some like whole teams this week.
It was absolutely insane. It was the Wheels show, and we don't even need to go and talk about an MVP because it's quite frankly, it's just so obvious that it was Wheels. It was just Wheels. So dominant.
The 6 hits, and then let's not forget he played 5 defensive games and won all 5 of them. Like, he took the balls every time. He didn't get a catch, but he won every game that was thrown at him.
Yeah, so that, I mean, in terms of momentum, I mean, a lot of the time, like the hits and the catches are the sexy things, but simply taking possession away, depriving your opponents of the ball, so important. Yeah. And just everything, it was like he was a black hole. Everything went in and did not come out.
Right.
Absolutely stunning from Wheels there. So great job by him. And this then gives us the standings as we go into round 3, Al. So right at the top there, we've got Catch in a Box and Dodge at Trebek. Dusto and PC Load Letter captaining the teams in the lead at the moment. Then we've got a bevy of teams jockeying for position behind them. We've got Dodge Meisters making dodges, Debbie Dodgers, Dodgy S Pumpkins, Motivational Catchers, a Catch at the Roxbury, and finally on the worst breakers of all the 1-and-1s, more Cowballs, before Wild and Crazy Throws and Chip and Balls bring up the rear. But spoilers for round 3, don't necessarily expect them to stay there for too long. I think a couple of people may be underestimating those teams, Al, and that may come.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's still early in the season. It is easy to go 0-2 and still go on a rampage later.
Look at Vorador's team.
Yeah, going 2-0 doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna go undefeated the rest of the season. It's still really early.
Yeah, it's still really, really early. And if I remember rightly, Vorazori captaining that team that went 0-2 and then never lost another game. He said, "Okay, chaps, we're not going to lose one more at all. No losing from now on." And they didn't. And they didn't. They just went on and absolutely, it's just more cowball, no S. Well, apparently, I mean, I just copy these from somewhere else, so I'm pretty sure. Let me check my chat for a second.
Wait, isn't that your team?
It's my team, yeah.
You don't even know the name of your own team?
No, I don't. I'm wrong. So until the playoff. So there we go. Egg on my face and on yours. Not yours. Definitely mine. So yeah, looking forward to round 3. I mean, it's actually almost over, so we might have. You never know. We might have. I'm working the next couple of nights, so don't expect anything in the next few days. But I expect we'll have a quicker turnaround for round 3 than we did for round 2, Al.
Yes, but we also have the Independence Day holiday coming up, and I think Cranky isn't planning on launching the next round until after that.
Okay, that's also what America wants to do. That seems fair. I mean, before you say we've got Independence Day coming up, before Independence Day, Al, is Canada Day on July 1st. How do you know?
Ooh.
So, just putting it out there that
is that when...
do you know other countries exist?
I do. So is Canada Day, I assume you celebrate by just saying sorry a lot and eating a lot of maple syrup.
We're very polite to each other and very nice. We wave some flags and we say nice things about everyone. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes.
No, it was, I believe there was some talk about at least one player needing a sub. And so since the majority of players are American players, we thought it might be good to wait until after the 4th of July.
Oh, yeah, that seems totally reasonable. Absolutely. So I guess what we're saying there is that it'll probably be like something close to a week's break before we get cracking into round 4. plenty of time to catch up on round 3 before round 4 starts. And if you do have any tea, it's just a suggestion. Just remember that we do really like to see that. I'm just going to drop that in.
Do we want to mention the round MVP and the money ball?
I guess we could probably do that.
I mean, we don't really need to because the person who won the money ball left after she didn't get her round MVP.
After her crowing about catching, you didn't yield any benefits. So
yeah, no spoilers or anything.
No spoilers, but I guess that means we're ready to announce the money ball, Al.
Yeah, well, first let's do MVP. I don't think anybody will be surprised. Wheels won MVP this round with the bonkers 6 hits, 87% win percentage. That was just ridiculous performance.
Absolutely ridiculous.
And then Moneyball goes to Sarah T. She was a 6th round pick. That was the last round. She was picked by Osmosis Brent. She won her race. She got 1 hit. And she got 1 very questionable catch. So she had a 100% win percentage and was extremely, as Cranky said, was extremely efficient in that she just got 1 for each category.
Oh, okay.
Like race win, 1 hit, 1 catch, done.
So that's like a hat trick then. That's really that's the dodgeball hat trick, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice. So congratulations to those players.
So if someone will message Sarah T and let her know
that she's the money baller.
That she's the money ball winner and she shouldn't have left so damn early. I don't care how cute her dog is.
She was probably going out to check eyebrow piercings, wasn't she?
Gross.
Absolutely. So, I guess, Al, with that, it's unless you've got anything more to talk about apart from sending in your delicious tea to srdbtatler@gmail.com.
Yes.
Is there anything else you've got to kind of bring up, or are we going to let these good people go?
I can't. Oh.
Apparently, Mkolo is suggesting Andrew Clark. Now,
do we want to talk about Andrew some more? I mean, we mentioned that he was spamming the group with memes. I mean, he could have done better, I guess, with the memes, but keep him in your thread. He's also, I mean, he's an upside downer.
That was a little bit of tea that I did actually have. There was someone who did write in and suggest that the memes and GIF game was subpar and that the Facebook profile was whack.
Oh.
The Facebook profile picture was whack.
Aha.
I can neither confirm nor deny that was a doctored image of Andrew Clark's Facebook profile picture with some random's head on it. But nevertheless, that was an opinion that maybe was stated. So if you like a GIF game, maybe we could, I don't know, maybe we should have a tiered GIF game tournament, Al, and see who really has the GIF and meme game on point, because that is. Am
I allowed to enter, or am I going to be one of the judges?
Oh, I think you have to be one of the judges. And if there's an entry from you, then you could always take a knee for that particular entry. But I don't think anyone refutes your kingly approach to GIF game.
That's true. I am terrible at memes, but I'm awesome at GIFing.
So yeah, if you've got anyone who you think is doing really strong in the GIF or meme game, then please do send them in. Bear in mind, if they're attaching stills instead of GIFs to the threads, that's probably not going to get them too far. That's right, Lisa McConnell. Don't ask you to post a GIF. I was dying. It was the correction of the error being another error that really had me in bits. It was it was like your elderly aunt. I'm going to get myself in trouble here, but it was like your elderly aunt getting involved in technology and then realizing that they really shouldn't. I'm going to get in trouble on 2 fronts for that. So before she realizes what I've said, I think it's time to go, Al. So we'll see you next time for round 3.
Yep.
And it's goodbye from me, and it's goodbye from him.
Goodbye. Good night.